Monday. We are into spring, according to the equinox, the solar calendar, I guess. My name is Daniel McCrane with McCrane Associates, and small business owners choose to work with us to increase their profitability, expand their scalability, and solidify their legacy, guaranteed. So, I've been spending some time talking about mergers and acquisitions as a way to build value in your business. Everything that I'm doing, all these different topics and everything, the whole idea is building value in your business so it's ready to pass on to somebody else. When you're ready to transfer it to someone else, then you can get the maximum value for your business as part of that transaction. So I think that sometimes when small business owners think about mergers and acquisitions, they really start to think maybe this isn't for me. This isn't right for me. I probably shouldn't be involved in this or looking at this. And some ideas can come up, which really I think are myths. They're just limiting beliefs in your own mind. Maybe you never considered this, never got beyond that thought. Maybe it was just a fleeting thought in your mind and you just moved on, never gave it another thought. So there are some things I think that tend to hold people back in this area. One is the myth that acquisitions are complicated. So if you were to buy another company to expand your client base, or to move into a new territory, or to add a new service or product to your business, uh, I think sometimes people think that acquisitions can become very complicated. And the reality is they don't have to be. There are some things that you can do as long as you're working with people who have the right paperwork, whether that's your lawyer. Sometimes business brokers like myself have access to some of that paperwork to help out a little bit. But as long as you have the expert help, then everything should be fine for you. Another myth is that maybe the business can't afford an acquisition. And here's where I think that just a very limited view of how to buy a business can be holding some people back. So the reality is there are multiple ways that you can structure a purchase of another business that may end up being no money out of pocket or very little money out of pocket. And so that's a way that you can make that acquisition. Another myth I think that holds people back is this idea that acquisitions can be risky. And it can be, perhaps. You may end up buying a dud. You may end up buying something that's more than you can handle and it can take your company down. But at the same time, it doesn't have to be that way. As long as you're doing the proper due diligence up front, you understand what you're getting into, you do all the research. Again, you've got experts helping you look at things, making sure this is the right thing to do. Then I think there are ways that you can mitigate that risk and work it out and try to make that go away. Another myth that comes up sometimes is that organic growth is better than acquiring. So, trying to build that new service line inside your business, expanding to new territory, trying to get more customers, doing that all on your own inside your own business. And while it may be less costly to do that than, say, getting a loan and purchasing the business, sure, you could bootstrap that and build that yourself. But think about the amount of time that it's going to take. Think about the learning curve. When it comes to acquiring new customers, if you've hit a plateau in your business, there's a reason you've hit a plateau in your business. And so you may need to acquire another company to expand your client base. So take that in mind. Keep that in mind as you're thinking about whether you should build things internally in your business or purchase it externally. Is that you could leapfrog that learning curve. You could leapfrog the amount of time that it's going to take to get that set up, and you could go straight into a revenue stream rather than trying to slowly build that yourself. So, just a thought. Another myth that comes up is that small companies can't acquire larger companies. And again, not necessarily true. Depending on the reasons that the current business owner is selling, depending on how you can structure that deal and structure that arrangement, there may be ways that you could buy that larger company. And again, think about how you could leapfrog your success by buying a company that's larger than yours. Hey, there's more. I could go on and on and on. I want to keep this kind of short, though. So just think about that for a little bit. Think about any limiting beliefs you may have that are holding you back from acquiring another company as part of your business growth plan. So, with that, I'm going to stop here. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.